What's up, dudes? Max here, back with some impressions of the first location test for Ultra Street Fighter 4. I had the privilege of going down for a single day, trying out only a couple of matches, and then essentially talking to a lot of people about what they think about the game. So let's just dive right into it. There's been a lot of changes to individual characters in Ultra Street Fighter 4. That's the biggest difference that you're going to see right now, is that the way certain characters handle and the way they work is going to be a little bit different than before, but essentially their fundamentals remain the same. That's the kind of thing with Ultra in comparison to previous Street Fighters that you can expect, is that the metagame and how the game is played is still gonna look a lot like Street Fighter 4, even though, Rose might do something different now, Zangief might have, some different move he could use, Ken will definitely be more offensive because he has a better walk speed. And that's one thing I really loved, is that they're doing some crazy stuff with Ken right now, that he almost seems a little bit too overbuffed. But at the same time, he seems like it can be a lot of fun, and it's the Ken that I've always wanted in Street Fighter. The stuff that has me a little curious or cautious for what they're doing in the future, because supposedly Ultra Street Fighter 4 isn't coming out for a while. Potentially, I think the rumor was early, or I'm not early, but mid next year, maybe even after EVO. And right now, the stuff that still seems like it needs a bit of tweaking is the actual system mechanics that could change the game a lot. That was my big gripe, is that when Ultra Street Fighter 4 was announced, it was kind of announced that it's going to change a lot of the way Street Fighter is, and Ayano, the producer, was talking about this. And in its current iteration, not so much. The characters do handle a little bit differently, yes, but the core fundamentals of the game, if you're good at Street Fighter 4, and you want to, have Ultra come out so you can jump into SF4 again, well, you're gonna run into some pretty same issues, because everyone's gonna be amazing, because they all know the matchups for the most part. Matchup knowledge will change slightly, because, moves are changing and frame data is changing, but the game, at its core, will always fundamentally be Street Fighter 4, even though a lot of the Vortex stuff is going away and things like that. Just because the Vortex thing is going away, which is great, because I really don't like that about the game, Street Fighter 4 is still fundamentally at its core, what it is. And even though Vortex is gone, that wasn't a huge part of SF4 for everyone that played. It was only the huge level of higher competitive guys that put you in that stuff all the time. And the thing that could have potentially changed the game, or can potentially change the game, is red focus and how red focus is used. So there were only a few people even using the red focus attack. There was a lot of people using delayed wake up, and that was definitely making things difficult for vortexes and cross-up wake ups and stuff like that. But the red focus was the thing that, if you were to look at Ultra Street Fighter 4 and be like, whoa, yeah, this is crazy different, look at this crazy new stuff going on, I want to get in and try that, that's what I was really excited about, and not many people were even using it at all. Even guys like Combo Fiend, who are helping design the game at the moment and working on the characters with Capcom, even when guys like that were playing, they weren't using red focus at all, or red focus cancels and things like that. And for you guys that don't know, it's confirmed red focus, you hold down, I think it's medium punch and heavy punch, or it's a medium and a heavy attack. And when you do so, it allows you to soak multiple hits. So things like, Honda's doing crouching jab into 100 hand slaps, you will focus all of those 100 hand slaps, take it all in sub damage, but you won't actually dish out, it's because it's recoverable damage, and then you'll smack them for a crumple. It looks really cool, and when that stuff actually happens, I'm like, whoa, oh my gosh, this looks crazy. In a good way, in a really good way, and I kind of want Ultra Street Fighter 4 to be that. This is a huge personal thing, because it's based off my personal experience, briefly playing it and talking with a lot of people, and watching a hell of a lot of it over the past weekend. However, it hasn't been used very much. The biggest reason is that to do a red focus, it costs 2 freaking bars. And sacrificing something like an FADC, for some characters, like a free get out of free move, which is what FADCs usually are, it's not really worth it. It's very expensive for what it is. And the bigger issue, and I think the biggest issue with the current build of the game, is that red focuses that you can actually cancel into, you can actually do how you do FADC, you can dash cancel out of, or you can cancel out of normal attacks and special attacks using focus, and it costs 2 bars. Well, if you want to do the same thing with a red focus, which causes an immediate crumple, that costs 4 freaking bars. All 4 of your bars. And supposedly this is here because it's good for characters that normally can't really take advantage of situations where they can combo into their ultra off a focus attack, like charge characters and stuff like that, even though that's still totally possible if you're really good with your execution. It's mostly meant for those, is what it feels like, but the issue is that it ends up not being worth it at all. How many times and how many situations are you going to run into a Guile that's sitting on full stocks as he's waiting to get that red focus cancel to go into Ultra 1 or Ultra 2? Not very often, because Guile wants to use those EX Sonic Booms from full screen, and keep you at distance and chip you out and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think having all the meter, like costing all your meter for a focus, red focus like cancel that costs a crumple state is way too much. I think, in my personal opinion, I would kind of like to see potentially red focus go down to 1 bar. That would make the move way more useful. You wouldn't have to use half your resources that are really good for other things, and it would make the game visually look different and probably be a different Street Fighter 4. Because, like I was saying, right now it's still just Street Fighter 4. Small things are changing. Block stun is being changed to certain characters and things like that. But if they made red focus like 1 bar, you'd be seeing that thing a lot more, and it'd become way more effective, and you'd have to find ways to counter it and characters that are really good with it and stuff like that. And at the moment, in my opinion, red focus canceling is completely useless. Costing all your bar, like as any character, for example, I'm just going to combo into my super, which does a ton of freaking damage, and then a lot of characters can even combo their ultra combos after their super, so you get an additional damage after that, instead of doing 1 full meter costing red focus cancel and then going into your ultra. So I would like to see that changed. They were asking for a feedback like all the time. They were really open to feedback on the game and how things are, so that's really good. As far as the new characters, they look pretty damn cool. I like Hugo. I think he looks great. Right now his moves are a little off. But for the most part, Poison looks like exactly how I thought she would be. She plays very similar she does in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Elena I'm the most interested in, but I think she's the weaker of the 4 right now, although Combo Fiend was doing some pretty cool stuff with her. She's got some great crouching light attacks and standing light attacks, and Rolento seems really good. Not as good as he was in vanilla Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but still really good. Got a lot of ways to combo into ultras and things like that, and he's definitely that mid-range poking monster. So let me know what you guys think. If you had your hands on the game, what did you think of playing Ultra Street Fighter 4 for the first time, and what do you guys think of watching it? Because between the little bit of footage we've seen right now, it looks pretty cool between all the differences and variances of characters, but like I said, I would love to see something changed with red focus to make it more viable as like something you would use more frequently, like the focus attack. Like let us not have it be as expensive as it is to use, because if it changes the game a lot, and it's like that might change the game in an intense amount, and I don't know, I think that might actually be a good thing if people look at Ultra Street Fighter 4 in a trailer or watch gameplay videos of playing the game and it doesn't look like the exact same thing we've been watching for like the past 5 years, you know what I mean? I'm more concerned with myself getting back into the game personally. I would love to see that change. And also new people jumping into Street Fighter 4, as if they see the exact same thing that they purchased when they bought the vanilla version of the game, they're going to be like, I don't know. But if they see something new and crazy cool, it could be kind of exciting. So I don't know. Like I said, your feedback's important on this one, guys. Let me know what you think below, and thank you very much for watching. But stay tuned. As soon as more information is available for Ultra Street Fighter 4, I'll be up on this channel with news, info, videos, and whatnot. My name is Max, and I'll see you guys next time.